Live.
All right. Good evening. This is the Alamance County Board of Elections meeting on November 7th, 2022 at 5 o'clock p.m. And this is a meeting to we are approval of civilian and one-stop absentee ballot applications. Everybody's got the agenda, and we do have a quorum this evening. I'm Noah Reed, board member. I am chairing this meeting in the absence of our board chair, Dr. Yarborough, Dr. Dorothy Yarborough. And so everybody look over the agenda for a second. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
So move. Second.
All right. And everybody look at it and tell me if you see any changes, additions, or deletions. All right. Hearing none, I will take a vote. All those in favor of adopting the agenda as written, notify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is adopted. So item 1, meeting to order. I believe I've already called the meeting to order. Okay, so we have item number 2 on our agenda is a one-stop provisional evaluation by the board. I would ask our director, Dawn, to give us a brief summary of what item number 2 is about.
Okay, on Thursday, we had 2 voters who entered the Elon voting site, and they, on their way out after voting, from what I was told, was asked, oh, you voted for the sheriff, because evidently on the way in, they were very enthusiastic about voting for the sheriff. And so he, on the way out, they were asked, and they said, oh, the sheriff wasn't on our ballot. So they were sent back in, and the Elon site called our office, and we told them to have these 2 voters vote a provisional ballot. So that is what we are going to, that's what y'all will be reviewing.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I understand that we have released a statement on this
Yes.
topic.
We did.
Hang on one second. I'm realizing that usually on our agenda we have a public comment period. Is that?
Well, normally on the 5 o'clock, it's just the board, and
Okay.
we're approving ballots.
All right. We do have a public in here this evening, so maybe it would be, and I assume they're probably here for the issue that we are now discussing. So before we get too far into it, I guess I would, if with the board's approval, I know we adopted the agenda, but with the board's approval to allow public comment under normal circumstances, which is maximum of 3 minutes and only 15 minutes on the topic.
That's correct.
All right. Let's see, we don't have a list in order of who would be commenting, but
They were here first.
all right. Any public comment?
Yeah, I would like to. So hello, my name is Kathy Page. I'm a volunteer with the Johnsonville Sheriff Campaign. The campaign does not have any paid staff, contrary to some of what's being talked about online. The sheriff is not here. I don't speak for him. I'm just here to speak to the problems that we're concerned about and to kind of monitor and take some notes in his absence. We heard about the voters at Elon. It was a GOP poll worker who they excitedly said they were there to vote for their friend Terry Johnson. It was a GOP poll worker who didn't ask them when they came out if they voted for Terry Johnson, but they came out and expressed their concern that they didn't get to. And she said, well, did you talk to people? Did you tell them not? And they said, well, no, we didn't think we could. We didn't know that we should. She said, please do. So she went with them back inside to the judge, is my understanding. And that is how that was handled. We're concerned because we have just heard from so many people and about so many people with this same report, not just these two individuals. We've also heard from a number of people about inconsistencies in another race that is on these ballots. That's of concern as well. We are concerned about, and Dawn can verify this because I came by last Thursday and we talked about this. One day last week, 2 voters reported to us, and it was not denied by the campaign staff inside the Mebane polling location.
Well, I didn't ask.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
But 2 voters, I mean, I could have brought one if I needed to, but 2 voters reported to us that campaign staff, paid staff by the Board of Elections, were disparaging the sheriff who was on the curb. And they were doing that inside a Board of Elections facility. You know, we're hearing a lot of stuff. We're concerned. The only thing we have done about any of this stuff is tell the truth and simply advise our poll readers to say to people, we are hearing reports from individuals, from voters, that the sheriff sometimes is not appearing on the ballot. We don't know, but we're hearing these reports, so please be very vigilant to make certain that everybody who should appear on these ballots is appearing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I should speak. My name is Ernest Lewis. I encountered a
And you are
uh,
Alamance County.
Alamance County, third vice chair of the Alamance County Democratic Party, but also I've been a nonpartisan poll reader in the past and poll observer in the past. I actually encountered a Republican voter who was very, very concerned that she had heard these rumors Saturday afternoon at Elon. And I told her I was going to call and contact whomever needs to be told this on her behalf. And I did. I went and called the State Board of Elections, and I also called multiple watchdog groups to make sure that this was not consistently happening. I believe Sean Ewing spoke with you, or spoke with someone from the Board of Elections on Saturday. And we were directed to the statement that I shared with the voter on Saturday afternoon to make sure that this information is properly conveyed. Like I told her on Saturday earlier that afternoon, that if this is happening, this is a far bigger problem than just, whether you want to vote for Terry Johnson or Kelly White. This is a bigger issue with our voting system and needs to be dealt with. And I want to make sure that, like Kathy Page suggested, that the truth gets out, that our voting is secure, and that even though there may be some minor errors that can be addressed and fixed, and that's the reason why we are here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, I am Elliot Lynch, and I'm the chair of the Alamance County Democratic Party.
Thank you. Response from board members, Brian.
I haven't talked to you yet. Have we talked to the technology provider to make sure that this was checked?
Well, that would be Judson, and we had went over all of the test scripts, all the printouts, everything, from doing all of the voting equipment that went out to the one-stop sites, and everything was in line and correct.
Any comment? Any comment? Okay, so thank you. Maybe hop back on the agenda now. I think I was about to ask you to read the statement that we released on Saturday.
Okay, this was after speaking with the county attorney and the North Carolina State Board of Elections. They had us, this is this week, a few voters reported that a candidate had not been on their ballot. They did not mention this while voting, but reported it after they voted. Elections staff verified that all candidates that are supposed to be on the ballots are correctly listed. Any information a candidate is not on a ballot is not correct. For accurate information about the elections process, please contact the Alamance County Board of Elections. The Board of Elections reassures the voters of Alamance County that the names of all eligible candidates are included on all ballots at all early voting sites, absentee by mail ballots, and election day ballots. Under state law, voting equipment must be tested prior to each election which includes proofing ballots and candidates, and this fact is unequivocally verified.
Thank you. I believe you, so the staff has actually verified the actual ballot at this point.
Yes.
Can you describe that process?
To bipartisan, it was actually Democrat, a Republican, and an unaffiliated. We went in, we got the one-stop number for the two voters. And as you know, one-stop ballots are actually have this number on them because they are retrievable ballots. The bipartisan team found the two ballots. We immediately put them into a bank bag facing like this so nobody could see, the votes. And it was sealed, then we folded it, sealed it again, everybody initialed it and time, the date on it and the time that it was done for y'all to review today.
But y'all have actually verified. So has staff actually verified that?
No, we that is left for, that's.
Okay, so it's
for
not
y'all.
been looked at by.
No.
Okay. So we need to bring it up.
Yes.
Well, I guess we should vote on, I'll take a motion to vote on what we're about to do since it is, we would normally be doing this process anyway. It happens the day before canvass at a special meeting. So this provisional would be reviewed like any provisional. So what we're deciding basically today is to review it before the election rather than after the election.
I thought you were talking about pulling out the actual ballot.
We did.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying they're gonna do.
Right.
That's what we're reviewing, not the
Right.
provisional. act.
Well, you will vote on the provisional.
So
after
I'm
you
talking
send it
about,
back.
I move that we examine the two original ballots that are under question.
That's second.
although, any discussion?
How about the provisional? Do we review it
No, that won't be, if
till
y'all,
next week?
right.
Okay.
Any other discussions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
Oh,
These are
good.
Okay, here are the two provisionals, which we won't open, but just so y'all know that the correct ballots were pulled, here's the copies of their, absentee applications, and these are the numbers that you were looking for on the ballots, okay? And if you'll notice, it's been sealed. So I will let y'all
Go ahead.
open that.
Go ahead, sir. Can I see this? Just to
Yes.
see what-
So, yeah. Mhm. That's when they come in, yeah. You might need some scissors.
Thank you.
See, those are the numbers on the back. I wanted to verify.
Are those the same numbers, voter number as on the absentee ballot request?
It is.
Yeah. All right. I read Terry Johnson on the ballot, on both ballots. I messed up. Forgive me.
Was there a sheriff race?
Yes, there's a
Voted for.
sheriff race voted on that ballot. Just to be clear, this is a bipartisan board with 2 members from each party nominated by each county party. And so, any more questions?
So just to be clear, what we have observed is that on these original ballots, there were votes that were entered for candidates for sheriff.
So these will now go back into the, to the vault, into the daily ballots from that site.
Right.
And since y'all have, at this point, y'all can go ahead and vote to either count these ballots, the provisional ballots, or partially count it or not approve it.
Move to not approve.
Second.
All those in favor of not approving the absentee, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It carries unanimously.
And you'll just,
Okay.
initial right there. All right. So,
Any more discussion, board member, before we move on to the next agenda item? All right. We will go now to item 3, approval of civilian and one-stop absentee ballot applications.
okay, let me get Charlene. She didn't get your ballots, it should be right. I'm gonna put this in the box. Hello.
Thank you guys for what you guys are doing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We appreciate it. Good to see you. man.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, we have things to do with the next item.
Yes.
Civilians are on top and the military period overseas. All right, since the last time we met, we have received 813 civilian absentee ballots, 25 military overseas. We still have 8 that are requiring a pending cure, and we spoiled 17. As of 5 p.m. today's date, total number of male civilian, 3,743, 105 military overseas, for a grand total of 3,848. Ballots returned today's date since 5 p.m. Civilian 2,467, 66 military overseas, for a grand total of 2,533.
We're running these tomorrow though, right?
Yes, I didn't know if you want to do a spot audit like we usually do, or if you just want
Do you mind?
No. This is for the military.
Okay.
09S Kelly Elizabeth Newland.
sealed and my initials on the back for you.
And then for the OVR, 10N Sierra Page Martin Ward.
Ms. Ward, again, sealed and initialed on the back for you.
One through four. Dorothy Snutherly.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I have
Maybe-
Park in a new spot.
Hand it to him first, and then we'll.
Zero 64. Glean Dora Tyndall.
Gary?
Thirteen. Joyce Marie Lozow. Zero 03 N2. Luann Matchett Driver. Last one. 09N Terry Martin.
All right, thank you very much. Approval of election day replacement judges. No, item number 4. We did not adopt the minutes from the last meeting. We can do that right now.
Second.
Take a chance to look at them. Any corrections or deletions? All those in favor of adopting the minutes of the meeting of the Alamance County Board of Elections of November 1st, 2022, say aye.
Aye.
The minutes are adopted.
And are we down to the replacement judges?
Yes.
Okay, we've had, today, we had one, chief judge just got out of the hospital this morning with double pneumonia, so she can't work. That's in precinct 129, so one of her judges is gonna step up as the chief judge, and then we've got one of the assistants to fill in for him. So we have that one covered. In Twin Lakes, we found a replacement for this one who couldn't work as the judge. And then in 06S, we have, these were very last minute replacements because we've been getting these calls all day. 06S, there's one who couldn't work. Her daughter went in labor today, so she's not working tomorrow. We found a replacement for her from another site. And then, so we had to find a replacement for that judge, and we did. Everybody's been replaced with the same parties, or we had it fit, it's still equal representation at the polling sites. And all of these are temporary replacements currently. So if y'all approve just sign on here.
Can I get a motion to approve the temporary replacements?
So move.
All right. Any comment? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Temporary replacements are approved.
We had them all filled, and today it all.
So far.
So, I mean, it has been a day today.
Well, nice work getting that,
Yeah,
getting those replacements.
yeah, thank you very much for that.
We are at item 5, other business. Is there other business to be considered before the board today? All right. Hearing none, I will, it is 5:30 on November 7th. I get a motion to adjourn.
So move. Second.
All right, we're adjourned.
Tomorrow we're gonna get here at 2 and run
And we'll run the